Hey folks, it's Nick and Mitch. We're here at the Crystal Palace Cinemas, unfortunately, where the seats are so small that you feel bloated.
No, your seats are so small, after watching the movie and standing up, your ass is in the shape of a square.
Yeah, that too. We've just come back from watching Eat, Pray, Love, based on a memoir book. I haven't read the book, but I'm happy that I came to see the movie. It was a challenge for my co-host here because, well, he felt emasculated. We were sitting in the theater with maybe 4 men, me and him already included.
I was checking to see if my nuts were still attached to my dick.
Well, I am not a chicken when it comes to any movies. I do like to put my hands in the fire more than once for things that I enjoy watching. This particular movie was well worth the intention. It was either that or going to go see Piranhas 3D and Truth
Naked
Patrol.
women getting eaten alive.
And that appeals to me how?
Ooh, I'm swimming, I'm skating. Bikini floats to surface.
But the whole thing that probably I didn't want to go see is the fact that they'd be in 3D.
Yeah, that too.
Anyways, there's a Saw movie coming out soon. We'll go for the Saw instead.
Yeah.
Coming back to the movie in point, folks, Eat, Pray, Love is a beautiful adventure for those that want to be swept away by beautiful landscapes and a woman's journey through her own heart, soul, body, and mind. You get to go through the experience. And for Julia Roberts, this is I think it's the newest movie that she's made since Charlie's War. So we're quite happy of having her back doing what she does best.
She might have done one more,
acting.
but I can't recall what it was.
Well, I don't remember myself. Either way, it stars Julia Roberts as the major starring role. What I liked about the movie is that she doesn't stay with the same people throughout the whole movie. We get in installments without any particular order. Javier Bardem, who you guys have already seen as the killer from No Country for Old Men. Also in...
I did not recognize him.
You didn't recognize him?
No, because he
had flat hair. Plus he looked mentally sick and physically sick during that time.
Yeah, because in this he had a beard, his hair was different, he had a tan, and he's all loving and stuff. It's like, at the end of the movie he's like, they'll bring the money to me, and then I'll kill them. You're crazy, you know that? Crosses his legs so that the blood doesn't touch his boots. Room service.
That, and he also starred in The Time of Love in Cholera. Or Love in the Time of Cholera. Yeah, that's it. Love in the Time of Cholera.
I love you, but I have cholera.
No, it's because they thought that he had cholera because he felt love sickness.
Yeah.
Anyways. There's also James DeFranco, who's in this movie also. As a major starring role because he's part of Julia's men repertoire. The men that she meets, the people that she befriends, are all in there. Now, Brad Pitt is listed as an executive director against the movie. I'm not sure if I read that correctly, and I don't know if there's any...
I think that was executive producer.
Executive producer? Okay.
Because if he directed it, I would probably notice and say, what the fuck?
Okay. Executive producer, more than likely. And with that, there's also the fact that they decided to go and film in not 1, not 2, but 4 separate countries.
That is impressive that they filmed all over the world for this movie. When it's set in an actual place, they're actually in that place, not on a stage in the studio lot.
Yep. Now, they did it in New York City. In New York State, in New York City. They did it in Italy. As to where in Italy, they don't give the location. They did it in India. Same again, no location. And Indonesia, where actually for that, it was, we can hope, Bali, but... No,
it said the state of Bali, but Bali is an island country, so it's not that big to begin with.
Okay. Well, it's not Prince Edward Island. It's probably
No, it's bigger than that, but it's an island in the Pacific Ocean, northwest of Australia.
Ah, okay. Ergo, why a lot of Australians were in the movie. So, now folks, the movie itself has a slow tempo, but not overly boring, except if you're not the type of person who likes dialogue, verbal exchanges between person to person. It does tend to be somewhat tedious for those that don't like that. Right, Mitch?
I like dialogue. I like dialogue written by Quentin Tarantino. That's interesting and ends with violent bloodshed and guns and flamethrowers.
That's not dialogue, that's action.
Okay, I'm sorry. Watch The Inglourious Bastards. There was more dialogue than action in that movie.
Yeah.
But it did end with a guy getting his nuts shot off by two people at the same time, so there was a payoff.
How that ties into Eat, Pray, and Love, I'll still be scratching my head.
I was zoning out when I was bored, okay? I was reading.
You were zoning out?
I'm wishing I was playing Star Trek Online. Porno. Star Trek Online. Kill Bill. Star Trek Online. Ooh, shit. Ooh,
so we know that he's bored to tears, and unfortunately he did like the movie, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be 2 thumbs up. For me, I loved it to the umpteenth degree. I give you my solemn recommendation that if you want to go see a movie with a loved one that's worth seeing, this one actually beats a lot of the movies that I've seen that are known as romance comedies or rom-coms. This one doesn't really qualify as a romance comedy, but it does qualify as a movie that hopefully portrays a woman's memoirs in a Hollywood fashion without going too overboard with the flashy, glitzy appearances of what they had in life. I'll give you all the listing of the cast and crew members that actually were listed in the movie, thanks to the IMDb board. And for me, well, at least I'm saying 2 thumbs up from Mitch.
I would not go see it again unless there was a hot woman on my arm and there was a promise of oral sex after.
This review just went to NC-17, folks. With that said,
I'd have to be naked and jiggling my dick in front of the camera to be NC-17. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's PG-13 now.
PG-13?
Or R.
Probably R.
Yeah, R.
It's so difficult to find good help these days, folks.
Yeah.
Anyways, for me, it's 2 thumbs. From you, how many thumbs? 1?
1, and the other one's kind of limp.
Okay, so a 1.5 from Mitch, 2 from me.
I did like the second half.
I wouldn't go see it a second time in theaters because it's not that type of movie to see a second time. But it is something that I do recommend.
No, it's not The Expendables.
No. And I do recommend you to actually think about wanting to go see it. It makes for a good date, a good activity with a friend or partner in your life, be it men or woman. With that, this is what he was doing in the theaters. And with that said, well, it may or may not be everyone's cup of tea. So for those of you that don't feel adventurous, wait until it comes out on rental. For those of you that really want to go see a new movie by Julia Roberts or with Javier Bardem or with exotic locations and you can almost smell the smells too, this movie would be a nice trip for those that don't want to do the expenditure of flying.
Although I admit, yeah, the presentation of the movie, the filmography was excellent.
Filmography, both me and Mitch are in complete accordance with it. It was the bomb.
It was very artfully done, and I appreciated that. I didn't like the whole movie, but when they actually got out of the U.S., started traveling to Italy, started traveling to Bali, I started to actually enjoy myself.
Yep.
Just the lead up was kind of tedious for me.
Yep. Well, for you, for me, it's all the lead up. Trust me, I've seen more boring. This is far from being boring. It's interesting, at least depending on your mindset. So with that, from me and Mitch, have a nice one.